what's up everyone? It's Emily and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a book review of Emily J. Taylor's book, Hotel Magnifique. This book came out in April of 2022. I pre-ordered it back in January. I've talked about it a few times on my channel, like that it's on my TBR, all that good stuff. And I finally got around to reading it this month and oh my god. I have been wanting a book to take me out of my seat for so long, and this book finally did it. I'm gonna keep this as spoiler-free as possible. So, Hotel Magnifique, where to start? First of all, I just want to say, if you are a fan of Caraval, or not even necessarily the plot of Caraval, but like the essence of Caraval, you'll like this. 100%. It's got that same kind of like, oh my god, everything is so magical, but there's definitely something wrong here going on with this book. And yes. So we follow our main character. I'm gonna pronounce the main character's name as Janie, J-A-N-I, but it's probably something else. We have our main character Janie and her little sister Zosa, and they are both kind of just like scraping by in this little town called Dirk. Life is not super great for them, until one day they get the chance to apply for a job at the Hotel Magnifique, which is basically a hotel that takes its people, the guests, they go to a different place in the world every single night. So these people who go to the hotel, they experience magic and all these fantastical things while traveling the world for as long as they're staying for. Sounds pretty great, right? Like if you were to like go there, you'd be like, oh my god, this is amazing, right? Wrong. Just kidding. It's great for the guests. They get to work at this hotel. I'm not gonna say how or why, but they do, and basically they figure out that things are not what it seems. It's got a little bit of a dark twist to it. There is a small romance in this book, I would say. It definitely is not overpowering for the plot, but it is definitely present. It is YA fantasy, so please don't go into this expecting it to be like ACOTAR. It's just, yeah, no. I really can't say enough good things about this book. There were lots of things I loved about it. I really loved the way that Emily describes everyone we meet. I was like watching a TikTok the other day, and it was talking about white authors writing people of color, right? And how, you know, when we describe them, you know, don't use certain words because, you know, why do we keep describing, you know, black people as having skin like chocolate or something like that, like consumable goods. But beyond that, the fact that when you don't describe someone's skin color, a lot of people just default to white, and that's not right either, right? Like the default shouldn't be just a white person, right? And so something I really love that Emily Taylor did is every single person we met, we got a description of what they look like, whether they had fair skin, you know, medium skin, or dark skin. Every single person got a full description, and it didn't take away from the story at all, you know? It was just like, the fair-skinned woman said this, or the woman with ebony skin said that. And I really loved it because it made the background characters so much more diverse in my head. And that's something that, like, I didn't even notice that, you know, a lot of the time the background characters just kind of look like whatever in my head. I don't even picture them a lot of the time. I just kind of know that they're there. That's kind of a weird way to describe it, but being able to hear these, you know, full descriptions of everyone that we meet was kind of cool, because then I had a picture of who our main character was talking to. And I really liked that. And that was something that I've never experienced in a book before. And I thought that was really well done. There's really not too much more I can say plot-wise about the book, because I feel like everything in this book is kind of a spoiler if you really talk about it. I know that there are people who want to experience the book fully for the first time themselves, so what I talk about is normally just kind of what you can read on the back of the book. I will say something I really loved about it, though, was everything that Janie does is for her sister, and I don't know, something about that was just so beautiful. Although I will say I kept getting reminded that Zosa is 13 and that Janie is like 16 or 17. And I had that same thing that happened when I read Six of Crows, where I was like, these are children. These are babies. How are they allowed to just do this? Because they're minors. They're children. And you know, obviously it's YA, and it's just funny because in my head, like, I just always assume they're around my age, and it's just funny every time I remember that these people are like literal children. I will also say, I think something that Emily does really well is creating this like whimsical, magical world that's just done so, I don't even know. I don't even know. It was just, when I read this, it was one of the first times in a while that I really felt like I was in the book. I really felt transported to the streets of the story. And I felt really immersed in it. Like when I wasn't reading the book, it was weird. It was like I was in a different timeline. And I wanted to read more of it because I was like, I need to know what's happening. So I don't know exactly what she did to make me feel that way, but I really felt like I stepped in, like, through a portal into this hotel with everyone and was experiencing the magic. Like, in my mind, it was almost kind of like in the newer Gatsby movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, like his party, like when everyone's at the Gatsby's party and like the people are dancing and there's like lights everywhere and like the Tower of Champagne, like that is what the hotel looked like to me. And I really felt like I was there, and I think like that was really cool. I will say, if anything, I thought that the relationship with the guy that she kind of forms, I really think it felt a little underdone for me. I feel like we didn't get to know enough about him. And if you've read the book, you know why. Like, we don't really, but I just didn't really feel like there was a connection there for that relationship to blossom. And so if you're someone who reads these kinds of books for the romantic relationships, this one may not be the one for you. But if you really love, and you know what, now that I think about it, that was my same deal with Caraval, is that like the love interest always just seems so underdeveloped, or, you know, just uninteresting in relation to everything else that's going on. At least for me. Maybe that's just me. But yeah, I really love the world that Emily built, and the magic system was really interesting. I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to spoil anything, but then there's a twist, and I don't want to talk about the twist either, but if you've read this book, please slide into my DMs. My Instagram is in the description. Slide into my Instagram DMs. Talk to me about this book, because I need someone else who's read this book to talk about it too. Like, oh my god. And I'm really curious to hear what everyone else has had to say too. So yeah, I ended up giving this book 5 stars, and you know, even if just based on vibes alone, because I just really felt transported into this world. I really felt like I connected with the characters. I really did care about the characters, and you know, if I have an emotional response to a book like that, if it has that kind of effect on me, I don't feel obligated, but I'm like, yeah, that's 5 stars, because they made me feel like these people were real, even for a small amount of time. And if an author can do that, like, bravo. So I will say, like, I really, really loved this book. Cannot say enough good things about it. It was different than I was expecting, I think, because I didn't really know what I was expecting. But if you loved Caraval or The Night Circus, that's the other book. I haven't read it, but everyone says that it's a lot like that one as well. If you like those kinds of books, like, definitely pick this one up. It will probably be a new favorite. And yeah, I am so sorry that my reviews probably never make sense. It's just me talking about vibes of the book. I'm just really bad at organizing my thoughts, and I'm so sorry. I hope that this video made a little bit of sense. If you stuck around till the end, thank you so much for watching. It is always great to hear from everyone. If you want to, please give my video a like and subscribe to my channel. I post every week, and I hope to see you in the next one.